What up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys review number 26 in my 12th annual 31 Days of Horror. This is a film that I have seen before, but it has been quite a while, and that is Wes Craven's Deadly Friend. Wes Craven, man, such an interesting director, such a weird career. Probably one of my favorite. He is my favorite director. Even though I don't love all of his films, the ones that I do love, I really love, and I just think he has such an interesting career. Obviously, most people say he's so hit and miss, which he is, but at the same time, I think there's a story and a history between why some were hits and why some were misses, obviously. But Deadly Friend came out in 1986. It came out after Nightmare on Elm Street. So it's interesting, what he turned down. Wes Craven turned down Elm Street 2, and did this film. So I was doing a little bit of research on this film, and I did find out that it initially was not being made as a horror film. There was one scene of horror in the movie, and it popped at the audience. The audience popped off when it was on screen. So the studio basically was like, all right, we need to do some reshoots, and basically made Craven and the writer turn it into a horror film. So they went and added a bunch of kills and stuff like that, and dream sequences and things, and it became a horror film. So that's kind of interesting, that if the movie feels a bit off with its themes and sort of genres, it doesn't feel like it knows what it wants to be. It makes sense now. But I think this was an attempt at Craven to get out of horror. He tried it a few times throughout his career. And I think finally, towards the end, he just accepted that, hey, that's what they want me to be, that's what I'll be. But Craven had such an interesting career, and I love Wes Craven. And even his movies that I don't like so much, I still find somewhat enjoyable, like Deadly Friend. So Deadly Friend follows this young kid who is a teenager. And also this movie was based on a book, but I guess it's a lot different. So it's this kid, he's a teenager, but he's way ahead in intelligence. He's graduated already, but he should be in ninth grade or something like that. And he's moves to this new area and befriends this one kid, and then his next door neighbor, he befriends her as well. And then he has this little robot guy that he built that's super smart. The next door neighbor has an abusive father and is accidentally murdered by her abusive father. And the lead there, Paul, he decides to take his robot and implant its intelligence into his neighbor's body, who is played by Christy Swanson, aka Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But yeah, so basically it's like a Frankensteinian type tale, which is pretty cool. It's a very weird movie. Technology is so funny in movies. The late 80s were especially where we started seeing a lot of robots and things like that in movies, and really playing around with the whole fantastical elements of especially because people really didn't understand computers and technology, so it was really easy to just be oh, it's just complicated stuff that this kid knows. It's kind of funny. The kills in this movie are so weird. Everybody knows the famous kill with Mama Fratelli from the Goonies, and the basketball head explosion, which is it as stupid as it is, and as dumb as the basketball thing is. It is an awesome kill, and it makes me smile every time I see it. The movie's kind of stupid, and the ending, oh my god, the ending with the robot face is just, it's so stupid, but it's funny. I don't think this movie's good, but I definitely enjoyed it more than I have in the past. I kind of this time didn't take it so seriously and didn't expect it to be good, because I've seen it twice before, and it's actually pretty enjoyable. Like, the characters are likable. It feels very 80s, which is a good thing, and it just has some kind of charm to it, even though it's stupid. So I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. I think it's fun. Not a great movie, but I think it's worth watching on like a boring afternoon. So yeah, that is Deadly Friend. Peace.